have always played a major role in farming, rendering even the best-made plans totally useless. In the spring of the year, the winter's runoff can cause major problems and in some cases leave large square fields to become lakes with unmanageable islands. And as the days pass by, potential crop yields dwindle. In the past number of years, the full potential of the Rotary Ditcher and its capabilities have become a reality. With the help of these ditchers, farmers have been able to manage these difficult areas and able to seed on a more consistent basis, growing higher yielding crops. Although the main use for the ditcher comes in the spring for draining away the spring runoff, they can also be an effective and valuable tool for draining flooded areas in growing crops, forming irrigation ditches and terraces, and for building permanent waterways and drainage ditches. In comparison with other earth-moving equipment, these rotary ditches will dig, move, and spread more dirt per hour than any other piece of equipment in their price range. Unlike a scraper, where up to 2/3 of its time is spent emptying, the rotary ditcher just keeps on digging and spreading in one continuous operation. To understand how much material is really being moved, let's look at this chart. At 1 mile per hour and taking a cut 10 inches deep, a 140 horsepower tractor can move some 350 yards of material in 1 hour. In comparison, an 8-yard scraper, in the most ideal conditions, making a load every 3 minutes, moves 160 yards of earth per hour, about 1/2 of the rotary ditcher's output. Not only does the ditcher move more earth, you will also use less fuel, have lower operating costs, and at a significant lower capital outlay. The most commonly asked questions deal with the power requirements, the tractor hookup, and the ditcher's reliability. A rotary ditcher can run on a full range of tractor sizes from 80 to 180 horsepower. The driving power comes from the power takeoff, with models available for either 540 or 1000 RPM. The 3-point hitch is necessary to hook up to the tractor. The guide wheel at the rear of the ditcher is operated from the tractor hydraulics and acts as a depth control in conjunction with the 3-point hitch. As for its construction, the rotary ditcher is a rugged machine, and when you buy one, it will arrive complete. 2 retractable legs support the machine when not in use. Instead of having a solid top link for the 3-point hitch, the ditcher is supplied with a heavy-duty chain link, allowing the ditcher greater movability and flexibility on rough terrain. This also allows the operator to correctly gauge the top link tension. A depth gauge assists the operator for more accurate depth control. In front of the rotating blade, 2 adjustable rippers break a path for an easier and cleaner digging operation. The rippers may also act as a safety feature, lifting the ditcher away from any large rocks. There are 2 separate shear bolt safety features on the rotary ditcher. One shear bolt is situated on the drive shaft and is easily replaced if sheared. There are a further 3 shear bolts, 1 on each knife, allowing the knife to fold back on the flywheel. The grease nipples are easily accessible with extendable grease lines for simple outside maintenance. The rear depth wheel comes complete with its own hydraulic cylinder. Whether you require the 540 or the 1000 RPM model, the unit will come with a durable, heavy-duty Bondioli Pavis PTO shaft. The mounting brackets for the optional dirt deflector are built into every unit. Looking over these features and the design of the rotary ditcher, you will appreciate the quality of workmanship, making them a durable and a reliable implement. So far in this program, we've had a chance to look at some of the work applications of the ditcher, the tractor requirements, and also its construction. Now we should look at some of the methods used in forming these ditches. In the spring of the year, the ditcher is mainly used to drain wet areas, potholes, and to facilitate the complete flow of water from the field to allow seeding to begin. In this situation, it's usually unnecessary to construct deep and permanent waterways. The draining of the field to allow seeding to begin will be the priority. Just 2 hours after this single drain is made, the field looks completely different. These shallow ditches can easily be crossed once the field has dried up. The drainage line that is made in the spring acts as an excellent guide for constructing a permanent drainage ditch later in the fall. Making numerous passes allows for a wider ditch, one that will remain operational for many years, and at the same time shallow enough to allow the ordinary management and operation of a cropping program.
I'm farming 3,000 acres in very heavy land, and we have the ditcher since 1991. We use it with a 100 horsepower tractor, and we make ditches in the spring as well as in the fall. In the spring, when the water is actually on the fields, we can drain the fields right out. It's actually very nice to see in the spring because the water follows you. We have used it now for 5 years, and we really never had a moment's problem with it. We grease it every 2 hours, and that's all we do to the machine. We make the ditches, we make fairly half-foot deep at least, 2 foot deep. We make them pretty wide so that they don't fill in right away again, and also because of the spraying, so it's not so hard on the self-propelled sprayer.
The results can be very real. 2 adjacent fields with the same flooding problems can realize very different harvesting results. This flax crop was seeded earlier on a drain field and yielded an excellent harvest. Its neighboring field was unditched and remained waterlogged late into the spring. Following seeding, a heavy rain once again flooded the unditched field, and the crop suffered greatly. Let's take a look at the possible financial returns from these 2 fields seeded to similar crops. The drain field, making use of an earlier seeding and optimum use of applied fertilizer and chemicals, yielded 30 bushels an acre on the quarter section, 160 acres. And at $4 a bushel, the crop grossed $19,200. The flooded field yielded 20 bushels an acre and so returned $12,800, a difference of almost $7,000, rewarding the farmer with the ditch field almost the price of a new ditcher. Quite often, a significant restriction to the field's drainage occurs in a ditchway along a road. Here, the ditcher can be used to clean out or improve the existing roadside ditches.
Another benefit we found is using this in the bottom of the municipal ditches. We've been able to use this in the bottom of the municipal ditches, and our water has been able to get away in the spring a lot better. We've been able to go when it's wet, and it has really helped us a lot. That is one of the big benefits of the ditcher, is going in the bottom of the municipal ditches.
With the use of the dirt deflector, it is possible to control the throw of the dirt, allowing the option of holding the expelled dirt on the side of the road, or by raising the apron, one can spread the dirt evenly in the field. As you can see, weeds and long grass prove no match for the ditcher. The rotary ditcher is more than an alternative to other ditching equipment. It's simple to operate and has proven to be very reliable. In the spring of the year, it offers the flexibility of working in flooded areas with very worthwhile results. In comparison with a scraper, the dirt is spread evenly instead of in lumps that have to be reworked. Smaller horsepower tractors operate the ditcher, both 2- and 4-wheel drives, although 4-wheel drive tractors are preferable in flooded areas. The rotary ditcher, an innovative concept that offers some real solutions. It's easy to operate and copes with most soil conditions, wet or dry, and has become a cost-effective and reliable means of constructing waterways and irrigation ditches.